The Green Party are the most ridiculous bunch of people I have ever come across in my life. Just when you thought the Green Party can come out with anything more ridiculous, Kate Nevins trumps them all. She wants to do away with prisons and jails. Why? Because they're too violent. They're just too violent. So we need to do away with them and put all the violent people on the streets so that they can integrate with society.
But in the meantime, that's a long-term goal. So in the meantime, we're going to just fill the prisons with puppies and kittens and soft plush cushions to make everyone feel warm and cuddly.
It's just the most stupid thing. I mean, the Green Party. I have never heard anything like this. I mean, Plaid are ridiculous, but Green. Who on earth is voting Green when you get things like this? Now, Kate Nevins to be a lovely girl, right? But my God, her beliefs are ridiculous. The fact that she thinks that we don't need prisons and prisons are too violent. They're violent because they got violent people in them. It's exactly why there's a prison. Because we want to take violent people off the streets, from our communities and put them somewhere where it doesn't involve the nice people. Right? So they go with the nasty people. So let's keep the nasty people all together in one place where they can be controlled. And that's the problem with our prison systems today, is we want to rehabilitate them. No, let's put them in jail, lock them away and chuck away the key. These are violent people. They don't deserve to be part of society. Right? So if you've murdered someone, I'm afraid you're going to have to stay in jail for the rest of your life. You're a horrible person and you don't deserve to be out. End of story. Right? Now, if you've done a petty crime, by all means, have a jail that's for petty crime criminals, right? That's not the horrible, horrible people. They're just the horrible people, right? So let's just have those, right? But to do away with prisons because they're violent is to not acknowledge why they're violent. They're violent because violent people are in them. If you take those violent people and put them in the communities become violent. I mean, am I being stupid, Matthew? Is there something wrong with me?
No, you're very much not being stupid. People are in prison because they have violated the societal contract that we all have with each other, not to steal, not to commit violent crime against each other. And then they're, as you said, they're there for a reason. And this notion that, we can phase them out and rehabilitate them in society, it's so nonsensical. They're not acknowledging that people choose. I don't think anyone's born. Okay, we're all born into sin, and that's a whole other issue, in light of Christianity. But people, they choose violence 9 times out of 10. They choose violence, and it's not these policies are not accounting for human nature in that regard.
It's true.
And there's only one place that they need to be, and that is away from the rest of society. That of people who have not broken that societal contract with everyone else, and just to consider doing away with them is absolute nonsense.
Absolutely. So I think the problem is, can some prisoners and some violent men be rehabilitated? Absolutely. I have been part of some groupings that have come straight out of prison and they are put into halfway houses or rehab centres to be rehabilitated and then back in society. And these men are sterling men with families now and everything. They have a brilliant story of turning their lives around. However, for when you commit a violent crime, I'm not on about now having a Class A drug on you, right? Or dealing drugs, although some of them men are violent. But I'm not on about those things. There should be prisons that cater to those, that sector of crime, right? I'm on about violent men. They shouldn't even have a look into society, right? These men should be put in a prison that has no TVs, right? They have no access to nice fluffy things that make them feel all nice. These are violent criminals who need intense therapy, right? And a lot of them, the statistics show that they come out of prison and they commit another violent crime and end up going back in. That's just the way it is. We have to face facts. So doing away with prisons is absolutely nonsensical. The Green Party are the most ridiculous bunch of people I have ever come across in my life. They may be nice people, they may have good intentions, but they're just not thinking. They are not based in reality. They're not looking at the truth. They're looking at nice fluffy rainbows and pictures and
free
flying
unicorns
teddy
for
bears.
everybody.
Yeah,
you
free
know?
unicorn for everybody. Let's go to a rave and just rave it out there. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. So do not vote Green. That's what I'm telling you straight off. It's just do not vote for them. So don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Look at Britain. Fishing Green Party is exhausting.